Good morning, students. Our subject is Design of Concrete Structure 1. Our today's topic is Design of Slab by Working Stress Method. In last lecture, we solved one example of one-way simply supported slab. And today's lecture also we have to solve one example of one-way simply supported slab. So, design a simply supported slab for a passage 2.75 meter wide. The passage of width is 2.75 meter. So it carries a live load 3 kN per meter square. The slab is supported on 230 thick masonry wall. This slab is supported on 230 thickness masonry wall. Take M20 and Fe 250. Grade of concrete is 20 and grade of steel is 250. Okay, given data, passage width is 2.75 meter wide. So how consider the slab is one way or two way? The ratio of Ly by Lx, if is greater than 2, it is called as a one way slab. So Ly, here a passage width is given, Ly is 2.75. If 2.75, if Lx is not given here, so consider 1. Okay, if length is not given, then Lx means shorter span length is not given, then it consider 1. So 2.75 it greater than 2. The ratio of Ly by Lx is greater than 2, it is called as a one way slab. So we have to design this slab by one way. So supporting width is 230 live load is 3 kN per meter square. Sigma CBC means permissible stresses in concrete is 7 Newton per square. Grade of concrete is M20, grade of steel is Fe 250, and permissible stresses in steel in tension zone is 130 Newton per square. Now first step, calculation of design constant modular ratio M. So we have to find some constant, design constant. First constant is modular ratio. So formula to calculate modular ratio is 280 divided by 3 sigma CBC. 280 divided by 3 sigma CBC value is 7, means permissible stresses in concrete is 7. So the answer of modular ratio is 13.33. Second design constant is neutral axis depth of factor K. So the formula to calculate K is equals to M into sigma CBC divided by M into sigma CBC plus sigma ST. Here in first constant we calculate modular ratio. So the answer of modular ratio is 13.33. So put here 13.33 into the permissible stresses in concrete is 7 divided by 13.33 into 7 plus 130. 130 is permissible stresses in steel in tension zone. So the answer of K is 0.42. Okay. Now next design constant is J. J means lever arm factor. So formula to calculate lever arm factor is 1 minus K by 3. The formula is 1 minus K by 3. So in second step we calculate NA depth of factor K. So the value of K is 0.42. Here 1 minus 0.42 by 3. So the answer of J is 0.86. Now fourth constant is moment resisting factor Q. Here we have to find moment resisting factor Q. So the formula to calculate moment resisting factor is 1 by 2 into sigma CBC into J into K. 1 by 2 into permissible stresses in concrete is 7. So J means lever arm factor is 0.86, and K, the value of um, depth of factor K is 0.42. So the answer of moment resisting factor is 1.26. Next, in second step, we have to calculate loading. So calculation of loading W. The slab will bend over a clear span 2.7 meter. In problem here, the width of slab is given, that is 2.75. So a clear span is 2.75 meter. Let over all the depth of slab should be 40 mm per meter length. So it consider 40 mm per meter. So here the length is 2.75. 40 for per meter means 1 meter. So multiply by 2.75. So 40 into 2.75 is 110. So D assume is 110, and the cover of the slab assume 25. To calculate small d, the formula is D minus C. D means capital depth, whole depth. So D is 110 mm and cover is 250. So 110 minus 25 is 85 mm. So D is 85 mm. Now consider 1 meter width of the slab. So live load is given 3. So 3 kilonewton per meter. Floor finish load is also given 1. So 1 kilonewton per meter. Self weight of slab. The formula to calculate self weight of slab is density of concrete into depth into width. So density of concrete is 25. Depth of slab, D capital, depth of slab is in meter 0.11, and width also is 1 meter. So 0.11 into density of concrete is 25 and the width of slab is consider 1 meter. So 0.11 into 25 into 1 is 2.75 kilonewton per meter. Now addition of these three, live load, floor finish load, self weight, so the total is 6.75 kilonewton meter. From second step we got here load on slab. The total UDL is 6.75 kilonewton per meter. Now second step we have to find. In third step we have to find here effective slab length, L effective. So the formula to calculate L effective is L effective is equals to length plus B means width of wall, masonry wall. So length is 2.75, width of the slab is given 2.75 plus 230 mm thickness of wall. So in meter 0.23. So addition of these L plus B is equals to 2.98 meter. Second, L effective is equals to L plus D. D means depth of slab. 2.75 plus depth of slab is 0.085 meter. So L plus D is equals to 2.84. From first L effective is 2.98 and second L effective is 2.84. From these two, which is less? So 2.84 is less. So we take here effective length of slab is 2.84 meter. Whichever is less we have to take here. So L effective is 2.84 meter. Now fourth step we have to calculate here bending moment and shear force. So here slab is simply supported. For simply supported, the formula to calculate moment is WL square by 8. Formula to calculate simply supported slab moment is WL square by 8. So W, in second step we calculate here W. The value of W is 6.75 kilonewton meter. So W is 6.75. In third step we calculate here length of slab. Length of slab is 2.84. So 6.75 into 2.84 square divided by 8. So the moment is 6.81 kilonewton meter. Okay, now we have to calculate here shear force. For simply supported slab, the formula to calculate shear force is WL by 2. W is 6.75. In second step we calculate total load. So W is 6.75. In third step we calculate effective length is 2.84 divided by 2. So the shear force is 9.59 kilonewton. And in Newton, 9.59 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Okay. So next, in fifth step we have to calculate check for depth. This consider depth is okay or not. We have to check here. If it is not okay, then we have to take another depth and again solve this problem. But it is okay, then we calculate area of steel. Okay, here we have to find check for the depth, flexural bending. We have to give a check for depth, check for flexure, check for bending. Okay, so by equating maximum bending moment and resisting moment, we have to equate here maximum moment is equals to resisting moment. So M is equals to QBD square. M is 6.81 into 10 to the power 6. In last fourth step we calculate here moment. Moment is 6.81 into 10 to the power 6 is equals to Q. In second step we calculating here moment resisting factor Q. Q is equals to 1.26. So here Q is 1.26. B width we assume 1. So in mm is 1000 mm. And we have to find here D. So D required is here 73.52 mm. And we provided, here you can see, we provided the depth is 85 and here required is 73 means 75 or we provide 85, so 85 is greater, so it is safe in flexure and also bending. Okay, now sixth step we have to calculate area of steel. So mean steel, we have to find here mean steel. So AST, the formula to calculate AST is M divided by, M means moment, divided by sigma ST into J into D. So the moment is 6.81 into 10 to the power 6 divided by sigma ST is 130, means permissible stresses in steel in tension zone is 130. J means lever arm factor is 0.86. In second step we calculated already. And the D, means effective depth of slab is 85. So AST is 716.62 mm square. Okay, now here AST mean we find here, but we have to given a check AST minimum. So AST minimum formula is 0.15 percentage of AG, means gross area. Why we taking this formula for AST minimum 0.15 of AG. Here they give us Fe 250. So for Fe 250, AST minimum formula is 0.15 percentage of Ag, and for Fe 415 the formula is 0.12 percentage of Ag. So formula for 250 grade of steel, formula is 0.15 percentage B into D, means B here we consider 1 meter, means 1000 mm, and capital D, depth of slab is, overall depth of slab is 110 mm. So total area of steel minimum is 165 mm square. From AST main and AST minimum, from these which is greater? 716.62 is greater, so we provide 716.62 mm. Assume diameter of bar is 10 mm, so here we assume diameter of bar is 10 mm. So now for this we have to find spacing. Spacing means this main bar, we have to find a spacing, distance between these two bar. Okay, so first point here, to find spacing, the formula is 1000 into pi by 4 into d square divided by AST. So 1000 pi by 4 into d means diameter of bar. Here d means diameter of bar. Here we consider the diameter of bar is 10 mm. So the diameter of bar is 10 mm divided by AST. In last step we find AST. AST means area of steel. Main area of steel is 716.62. So spacing here 109.62. So we consider 109 around 100 mm. Okay, second point, to find spacing, the formula is 3 into D. 3 into small d means 3 into small d value is 85. So the answer is 255 mm. Third, spacing we consider 300. From these three, first 100, second 255 and third 300, which is less? 100 is less, so we consider spacing is 100. Whichever is less we have to take here. So provide 8 mm 10 mm bar we provide here with spacing 100 mm center to center. We provide here 10 mm bar, diameter of bar, with spacing 100 mm center to center. Okay, now second step, we have to 7 step. Here we have to give a check for shear. Okay, in shear our slab is safe or not, we have to check here. So nominal shear stress, we have to find here nominal shear stress. The formula to find nominal shear stress is V divided by BD. V divided by BD is formula to calculate nominal shear stress. How we calculate V? V means WL by 2. B T. WL by 2, here we find the answer of V. In fourth step we find the answer of V is 9.59 kilonewton. So the answer of V is 9.59. Newton is 10 to the power 3. 9.59 into 10 to the power 3. The B's width we consider here 1 meter. So 1 meter is how many mm? 1000 mm. Into D is 85 mm. So nominal shear stress is 0.11 Newton per mm square. Now permissible shear stresses in concrete. For that we have to find here percentage permissible shear stresses in concrete. Before that we have to find percentage maximum. So to calculate percentage, formula is AST provided divided by BD into 100. AST provided means formula is 1000 into pi by 4 into d square divided by spacing. This formula for AST provided, to calculate AST provided, means 1000 into pi by 4 into d, diameter is 10 square, divided by 100. 100 is spacing, so divided by b into d. Here b into d is, b means 1000 and d is 85. So the answer is 0.92 percentage. Okay, so refer table number 23, page number 84, IS 456. From IS 456, for this 0.92 percentage we have to find the nominal shear stress. Okay, so for this 0.92 percentage we find here permissible shear stresses. Okay, so here in table number 23, page number 84, here the value of 0.75 is given, 0.35 permissible stresses. For one percentage, the permissible stresses is given 0.39, but 0.92 we don't know what is permissible shear stresses. So here we have to find permissible stresses for 0.92. We have to find here. We know for 0.75 permissible stresses is 0.35, and for 1 percentage of steel, 1%, the permissible stresses is 0.39. So permissible stresses we have to find for 0.92. So formula is 0.39 minus 0.35. 0.39 minus 0.35 divided by, here, divided by 1 minus 0.75. So 1 minus 0.75 into, here, into 0.92 minus 0.75. So these all value add here, 0.35 plus. So the permissible stress, shear stresses is 0.37 Newton per mm square for 0.92 percentage of steel. For 0.92 percentage of steel, the permissible stresses is 0.37. Okay, by interpolation method we find here. Okay, once the permissible shear stresses in concrete is 0.37 into 1.3. 1.3 is given in IS code, IS 456 2000. Okay, so the answer is 0.48 Newton mm square. The permissible shear stresses in concrete is 0.48 Newton per mm square. Compare nominal permissible and permissible shear stresses. Nominal permissible stresses is 0.11. Here we, nominal shear we calculated here. Nominal shear is 0.11 and permissible is 0.48. So our depth is okay in shear. It is also safe in shear. Now for 8th step we have to calculate a distribution steel, because here for one way slab we provided steel along a shorter span, main steel. Here a main steel we provided, but we have to provide a distribution steel to hold this main bar. So here it is a distribution steel. So we have to find area and spacing for distribution steel. So calculation of distribution steel, AST. So here we provide AST is minimum. In step number 6 we already calculated AST minimum. AST minimum is 165 mm square. So we consider here AST minimum is 165 mm square, and assume here diameter of bar is 6 mm. Main bar diameter is 10 mm, 10 or 8 mm. We provide a 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm for main steel in residential building. So assume diameter of bar is 6 mm. Now we have to calculate spacing of this distribution steel. So spacing formula is 1000 into pi by 4 into d square divided by AST. Distribution. D means distribution. 1000 into pi by 4 means 1000 into pi by 4 into d. Here diameter of bar is 6 square. AST distribution is 165. So the answer of spacing is 171.36. Okay, second, to calculate spacing, formula is 5 into d. D is 100, so 5 into d, it's 500, and S is equals to 450. Third spacing is 450. So from these three, whichever is less, first is 171, means we consider here 170. First is 170, second is 500, and third is 450. Whichever is less, 170 is less. So we provide here the spacing between these two distribution bar is 170 mm. Okay. Here diagram, how we provided main steel, distribution steel. Here total depth of slab is 125 mm. So here D effective. The distribution steel is the diameter of bar is 6 mm and the spacing is 170 mm center to center. Main bar is 10 mm and center to center spacing is 110 mm. So the width of slab is 2.75 meter and the masonry wall is thickness is 0.23 meter. So here we provided main bar of 10 mm bar, spacing is 110 mm center to center, distribution bar diameter is 6 mm and spacing is 170 mm. Okay, from this our depth is capital D, means overall depth is 125. So for this width of slab we provided, we calculate here area of steel, minimum area of steel, distribution area bar, main bars we calculated here, and our depth is okay or not, we also given check for it. Okay, so anyone having doubt about this problem, you can ask in chat box. Okay, thank you.